Hello and welcome to our Brow 101 Masterclass. My name is Tina Rolfs and I am really excited about our new brow products that just launched. Actually, we've had really great products, Mary Kay Brow products, and they launched an additional one that is just awesome. And I'm so excited to help us all debut these awesome new products. So if you are on, go ahead and tell me who you are. And if you are if you're a Facebook user, then go ahead and tell me who you are, because sometimes I can't see. So just give me your name and the consultant that invited you. If you're a consultant that's on, this is going to be a great training for you and how we use our Mary Kay Brow products, and also why we use them. Why do we want to do brows? I actually didn't do my brows today, and so we will get a really great hi Mickey, we will get a really good picture of why we want to do our brows. And also for consultants, this is a great training so that you can then become a master, not only with your own brows but also helping to teach others how to do this. So why do we do brows? Why do we even care about brows? Well, if you've ever seen a picture up on a wall without a frame, your eyes kind of go all over the place. They kind of get lost in the walls, you're not focused on the most important thing. And that is exactly why we frame a picture and put it up. Plus, it looks more polished. It looks like, a beautiful piece of art. And that is your face, right? So our brows actually frame our face and bring your eyes into the most important features, and that's your eyes, your cheekbones, your lips, all of that. So that is why we want to build symmetry in our brows to kind of create that frame, if you will. So that's the reason why, just artistically. And we want to be focused. We want other people to be focused on the most important part, right here, right? So that's one of the reasons. Also, we want our face to be symmetrical, not perfect, because we have to remember too that our brows are sisters, not twins. Right? So they are sisters. We don't have to be perfect. Everything needs to be, perfectly matched. It's not going to happen because, on one side of your head, your hair is thicker, it grows longer. I mean, this side is definitely thicker than this side. It's very interesting. So my brows are the same way. It's kind of interesting, right? All right. So a couple of things. The sisters, not twins, right? Also, go get a good wax. You find a great person who waxes, because we're going to talk a little bit about tweezing tonight. But getting rid of what my brow lady calls your fur, because we have like lots of little hairs, and it creates distraction up here, really, and not smooth and all of that. So waxing is really important here. I mean, if you get in front of a magnifying mirror, it's pretty crazy what you'll see, and you'll just be like, oh my gosh. So have a good wax person, and I'll make a we have somebody that is actually in the area here, if you're local to us, that is really great. And I'll give you her name at the end here. So some of the products we're going to try tonight are, well, this will be in the brow kit at the end. I just want to share this with you. So we have our wonderful, Mickey already alluded to it, we have our wonderful new clear brow gel, and they recreated this for us. It is so fantastic for keeping your brows in place. Now, I always say, if you're going to do your makeup, have it stay, right? And if you're going to take the time to do your brows, have it be, have it stay. And so this is kind of our laminate, if you will, to keep our brows in place. I love that. We also have our brow tint, and I'm going to show you some different ways to play with that. We have our precision brow liners. These are amazing. Not only the formula is amazing, it's super easy to work with, but the tip of this is so small, so tiny that you can really feather it and not have these crazy, lines that look fake. We want our brows to look as natural as possible. And the reason why they created this tiny little application is so it will look like little brow hairs. Okay? So that is the reason why this works so well. We also have our brow pencil or our spoolie here, our brush, sorry. So we have our little spoolie, which is really important. And just make sure when you're working with the spoolie, it doesn't come into contact with cotton. For some reason, the cotton is like it's like magnifying, like we're right on there. So I've ruined a couple of these because of of the cotton. Hi, Maria. If you're on, go ahead and share that you're on. It's fun to see you. And then we have this really nice little brush at the end. And this is great for smearing eyeliner or underneath to have powdered eyeliner under there. So this is an incredible brush. I love this. And then our finishing spray. Our finishing spray, you guys, is amazing. It's actually by Skin. I can't read it, but it's Skin Novia, I believe it is, and Mary Kay contracts with them because they wanted the best, and so we have that formula. We partnered with them, and it is so good. And this, let me just tell you about this. This is great. Everybody should have this, especially in their bathroom in the summer, and it's great. It helps to keep your makeup on as you go through your process. So your foundation, your powders, your concealers, all of that, and you layer it through your process so that your skin holds on to the product. And also, it's great if you come home from work and you need to freshen up your makeup. This is a great freshener as well. So and it has hydration in it, so it's really good as a kind of a pick-me-up if you're going to redo your makeup. So, all right. Love the finishing spray. So that is what we're going to go over tonight. And so to get started here, I wanted just to talk a little bit about, starting just how you start out each, like cleaning up your brows. And of course, getting your wax maybe every 6 weeks is great because you clean up all of these hairs and all of these hairs in here that are just furry or whatever. Now, from week to week, you're going to have to do some tweezing in there because the more hair you have in here and up here, the more distracting it is for your eyeliner, and it gets all mushed up in your eyeshadow. And so that's why you want this clean palette that you can work with eye colors and concealers and that sort of thing. So we want to brush our brows down like this, brush them down, and we would want to tweeze all up here so that we have a nice line like I do right up there. Now, we don't want to take, all of the hairs, you just want the little baby ones that cause distraction or muddy the water right up here. So that's the first step. You want to brush down. And then you're going to brush up like this. And you're going to take care of any hair you have down here. Now I have my magnifying glass and I've tried to get the little hairs, but sometimes they're, you just have to keep going back and kind of cleaning them up. I do have a really good pair of tweezers, which are really important too. So that's your first step, is you want to clean up the area by tweezing it. Another great way that you can see the little hairs is put a little bit of translucent powder right along here, and then your those little hairs will show up, and you can either use a sponge or a cotton pad, and you just kind of do that and put it apply it on that area, and then you can go ahead and start tweezing. So that's really great too. That's a great way to get all of those little tiny hairs. All right, so So the next thing you want to do is actually do your measurements. Okay. So I actually have a picture here for your measurements. And the measuring, I love using this brush to measure. And so here's like where you want to this is going to be pretty much the drawing part of it. So some of us have like out here at the end that you can kind of see like right out here. My measurement is like I have to draw my eyebrow, the tail of my eyebrow, because I have plucked way too much and they don't grow back. So that's the only thing is, well, you got to be really careful with your tweezing and make sure that you're tweezing within these measurements, and having somebody wax you that's a professional that knows the measurements as well. So you got to be careful there. So I have to draw that on. So this is your first measurement, just like it's right alongside your nose. And it's great because with your pencil here, you can do the measurement and then go ahead and put your dot where that this, at least this inner corner, needs to go. The second measurement is going to be right across, right on your nose again, and right across that you see right in the middle of your eye. That's going to be your arch. And for me, I have to kind of draw my arch in a little bit here. So it's going to go, I mean, looking straight, it's going to go right here. So that's going to be my arch. And then right out here is going to be my tail, if you will. And so you can take a picture of that, but that's a great picture for where you're going to put your little dots. And then you're going to actually, be able to pencil that in with your precision pencil here. I love that. So I love that. Okay. So, let me see here. Do. So before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and I am going to use my prep before I start drawing. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up with this, and then I'm going to kind of go across here like this. And that is going to set my brow. Okay. So it's going to set it. And here's the thing, if I had brows that were fuller, and had the correct measurements, I didn't have to draw anything on, that's all I would need to use, which is kind of cool, right? So boom, just I love this stuff, because if you do have fuller brows and you don't need a tint or anything like that, this is all you need with your brush. And I still think it's great, because as you grow older too, your hair starts to kind of thin out a little bit, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and use our pencil here, and I'm going to do my best with my mirror and letting you see what I'm doing here. So here we go. So this was my measurement here. So mine are pretty good. I've let them grow in, and mine are pretty good, at least spatially where they're supposed to be. However, I need to fill this in just a little bit because it's a little bit sparse in here. So I just fill that in, and I love the clear liner because it really helps the pencil to even go on much better. Okay, so my second dot is going to be about right here. And I'll just kind of do that so you can see it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go over and kind of create a little arch there like that. And then come down. And do you see I'm using quick little strokes there? And then what's nice is I can go ahead and take my Q-tip here and just simply wipe that little dot off. All right. So my last measurement is going to be here from my nose to my eye here, the end of my eye. And it's like here, guys. So I'm going to have to draw that over. So you want to make a little dot there. And I'm going to draw this over about that far. Isn't that crazy? So, real big difference, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So, and you can go back and kind of fill this in a little bit and fill that in. So, what do you guys think? All right. So that is my, so I've used two, actually three of my tools here and my precision liner. And then because here's the neat thing, because I have, you can see I have brown hair, right? So that's why I use the brunette. And but you could also use possibly dark the dark or the black brown. My hair is not it is a little like naturally it is darker than this. So I'd probably use the other one. But since I have highlights and a lot of people do have highlights these days, I'm gonna use the dark blonde, not the brunette, the dark blonde tint to lighten them up just a little bit to go with my blonde. Okay. Now, when my hair is darker, I could use the brunette, the dark brunette. If I had a little bit of red in my hair, I could use the brunette. So it kind of depends on, what color you want to pull out of your hair as well. And if you want a little bit, more natural and lighter brows, or if you want to go a little bit darker. For anyone with gray hair, if you're growing out your hair and just its natural color, the blonde is an incredible tint for you in the blonde pencil, or you could do dark blonde to get a little bit darker and do the blonde tint. So what I'm saying is you can mix things up as your hair changes. And if somebody has like red hair, they could use the brunette pencil and then the brunette tint to kind of have that red come out a little bit in their brows a little bit to match their hair. Okay. With gals with red hair, I do use oftentimes like the dark blonde. It just kind of depends on how that looks on them. So this is kind of a fun thing to do that that you can really have fun with, mixing colors together. Okay. So do I have any questions? Anybody have questions as we go here? Okay, so that was the brow tint. Okay. So so I do want to talk a little bit about, so what if you have really sparse brows? So what I would say is you can do the same process, but maybe somebody doesn't want to draw on their brows. Okay. Now I have to because mine are, but maybe they have hair all the way over. You can simply use the brow tint. So you would brush out your brows and you can go up and then over like that. And you could simply use the brow tint. Let's see how this looks different. And I love the brow tint's little tiny brush. It is, again, because you want to create these little tiny strokes, right? To emulate how the brow hair is laying. Okay, so that's just the brow tint. Okay, so and then I would put my brow gel over it to set it. So there's a couple different ways that you can use this. Now, the thing is it's not correctly measured, correct? Because look at this. It needs to come all the way over here to create that symmetry and to actually frame my face correctly. See, if they're too short here, you see this? It's not going to frame my face the way it's supposed to be framed. Um, according to measurements. So that's why you might want to teach somebody, maybe if they have really sparse brows and they're light, they're light brow, they need maybe the dark blonde or even the blonde pencil to just kind of draw it over, and then they can go ahead and do the tint and all of that. But for those gals who just don't want to take the time, the brow tint is amazing with the clear laminate, like the sealant over it. And they will actually have brows without having to use a stencil and all of that kind of stuff if they just don't want to use the pencil at all. So there's all kinds of ways that you can teach and just add value to people that don't want to go to the mall and get the big brow kit and all the things, because we have everything that you need for your brows. Now, here's the cool thing. We get to do our finishing spray and voila, we are ready to go. Now, big difference, right, from how we started. And like if I did want to go a little bit darker, I just wouldn't put the tint on, or I'd go with a darker tint if I wanted to do that. But I like the lighter because my hair is light, right? So it's kind of fun to mix that up a little bit. I like that. So any questions? Does anybody have any questions before I tell you about our little brow kit here? Questions? I'll leave it open for just a second. So let me tell you just a little bit about our purchase, partner, and party. So the purchase, you actually get a special today, and we have a little brow kit, and I will show you what that is here. Here's our little brow kit. So you get the Prep brow gel, you get the precision liner, and your consultant will help you with this. You also get the brow tint, finishing spray, and that is $62. And you get the $10 brush for free when you get your little brow kit. And that's a $10 savings for you. And then, of course, you get your consultant to help you figure out colors and that sort of thing. So just tell her, I want the brow kit. I saw the brow masterclass and I want to be able to do this. And I took a picture of the measurements and I'm ready to go. So just tell her that you want that brow kit, or you can go ahead and do this, for your customers on your Facebook pages or whatever, and help them with their brows. Okay. So that's our little special for today. I'm going to check to see if we have any questions. Okay. No questions. All right. How about party? So we have this wonderful summer special that we're doing. And if you party with your consultant, you will get entered into a $100 spa gift card drawing. So all hostesses get 5 entries into this drawing that we're going to do on June 15th. So if you have some girlfriends and you want to do like a lips and lashes or a lips and brows, and or going into our summer and you're like, I need my skin to be good, I need a good sunscreen, this is the time to invite a couple girls over, and you can be in our $100 spa gift card drawing. Okay, so make sure you ask your consultant about that. What about partnering? So partnering, this means you want to make a little side money. You want to have a little side hustle for this summer. I know that a lot of teachers are looking for extra jobs right now, going into summertime. I know students, women that are back from college, or that maybe you're an empty nester like me, and you're like, I want to do something fun. Maybe you're going into retirement. Maybe you're like, we are living paycheck to paycheck and I can't get another job, but we need to make some extra money. Those are the women that we are looking for to partner with. And so one of the little fun things that we're doing between now, because it's Memorial Day and it's fun and it's May, and I don't know, I just wanted to throw out something fun for you guys. If anybody signs up between now and Friday, and consultants that are on right now, you can tell your customers this, or anyone who's thinking about partnering with you and being on your team and wanting to make a little extra money on the side, love Mary Kay products, they want a 50% discount, they can earn a little brow kit from me for free. Okay. So if they sign up by Friday, they get the brow kit for free from me, Tina, their director. Okay. So that is my little special if anybody wants to sign up between now and Friday. Okay. And ask questions too. If you have more questions, or if you have anyone in your corner that's looking for work or looking for something extra, or you just think that they would be awesome at this, they have the heart of a giver and a servant, and you just really want to share it with them, let me know and we can get together and have a Q&A if they need to know a little bit more about this business. So I'm always happy to do that, as I love what I do, and I know you guys do too. All right, so waxing, I told you that I would give a name out of a great gal who does waxing. It's feathered and inked aesthetics. Her name is Alicia, and I'm going to give you her number here because she said I could, and she came to one of our consultants' launches. She's in Mukilteo, so it's more north here if you're in the north end. Edmonds, Linwood, East Side, Mukilteo area, Everett. And that is her number. And she said that you get $5 off your first wax with her when you mention the Brow Masterclass that you came to this. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that up for a minute. Any questions? Do we have any questions here? I don't have any. Oh, wait, I do. Will you be talking about how to choose liner color? Yes. Okay. So hopefully I answered that question with liner. It really has to do with what that person feels comfortable with. But I usually match, like my natural hair here. I wouldn't match this color. I would match the dark color for the pencil. And then you can lighten things up if you want to, or darken things up with the tint. Okay. Now, if you're using both. Now, if I was more of a blonde, kind of a darker blonde, and a lot of people have highlights, I would definitely use the dark blonde, but sometimes people want darker. And so sometimes it's good to use the brunette, like I said, but you can lighten it with your tint. So that's why the tint is so wonderful. And then again, gray or white hair, I always use the blonde. The blonde is such a great, it's a perfect color to give them brows, but not have it look, you can't use white. You can't use a gray pencil. That's going to look weird. So hopefully but it is about playing. It is about getting each of these brow products, getting maybe one of each of the pencils and the tints, and playing around and having it in your color bag for customers to try, so that you can, play around with all this. But everybody can get this new clear brow gel because it is so fantastic. And like I said, if you're going to do your brows, you might as well have them stay in place. And this is going to keep it in place, as well as our finishing spray will do that as well. All right, guys. Hopefully that was helpful for you. And I am excited to see pictures of your brows and pictures of your clients. And it's going to be a fun time for brows for sure. So have fun with it. Go get your supplies. And thank you so much for joining us for this Brow 101 Masterclass pop-up and that concludes our May sessions for this month. All right. See you later.